Okay, welcome back to Rome Remastered, where we find ourselves on the cusp of potentially an extremely aggressive turn where we're going to be attacking the Carthaginians, the Romans by landing a ship on their mainland, the Thracians, the Dacians, and Pontus, all in the space of one turn, because things are looking really good for us right now, and for the first time we're not really fighting any defensive wars, we're going purely aggressive, and I feel like we can handle pretty much every faction at the same time. Maybe I'm being overconfident, but we will soon find out. Before I end this particular turn, I'm going to train up some of these. I'm going to send these guys up to Tylus to shore up the public order. Then over here we're actually going to take a general out. And the reason we're doing this is because Sparta has its own unique mercenary pool, and this mercenary pool next to Corinth is a different mercenary pool. So it makes sense to have a general on the other side of that, so that we can pick up lots of mercenaries next turn. And we're going to take all of these ships and we're going to sail straight towards Italy. And we're going to go for a head-on attack on the Romans, as I just mentioned. Elsewhere, we've got this stuff in the east. We're going to attack Mazaka. We're going to attack the faction Air here. And yeah, like I said, we are going to attack Dacia because I think it's stupid not to. Thrace is not really a big threat. And I feel like there's something else I'm forgetting, but for the most part, the main thing we need to be doing is just retraining lots of units, and I think we are doing that, so let's just end the turn, let's see what happens. I'm not really too bothered about this diplomat. We could go establish relations with the Parthians, but don't really think it matters too much. Not sure what these two are up to. I'm not sure if they're actually still at war, but it doesn't really affect us much either way. Okay, so does this affect us? Nope, that's nowhere near. Okay. So construction report, lots of construction done. I'm going to come back to this later, but something else I'd like to do is, since we do have lots of money, it might be time soon to start actually building up the... Oh, they're coming to attack us again. Bomukar. Huh. Yeah, something else we might want to do is we might want to start building up our shrines to Hermes and actually really get the trade going, because right now this economy is actually a long way off where it could be. Yeah, we're going to attack Mazaka, we're going to queue up a few rams, and we're just going to maintain the siege. In here they've got some Eastern Infantry, some Peltasts, and their faction leader. We don't really have any range units there, so I don't really want to overstretch that too much, and I really don't want to have to chase this guy down. But I think we're going to have to. Over here they've got 3 more units queuing up as well. If we check the mercenaries, we've got mercenary Barbarian Cav, and Barbarian mercenaries too. So this is related to Galatians, is it? Like there's something to do with Gaul, like a few mods actually spawn a Gaul settlement here, which is, there's some kind of historical reason to that, but I'm not familiar enough to actually speak about that really. Okay, so let's clear out this guy first. I don't know if we really need to play this one out. I'm going to auto-resolve it. There we go, we didn't take too many losses, we get a man of the hour, so yeah, we'll definitely accept that. Pretty much a no-brainer because yeah, we're about to be attacked by potentially 2 forces at once. They seem to have endless generals, unfortunately, and I think they do have another town to the north because this is clearly not their capital, but we have done a nice amount of damage to them. We have our spy. He's going in this direction. Not sure why we didn't go that way, but never mind. This force is pretty weak, so not going to worry about them. Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious we are going to be forced to move to the west here. I really don't want to, but got to deal with this guy. This guy is going to come and attack this town. Let's actually send these back to retrain. Then we're going to send these guys back into this town. We're going to see what we can recruit. This town's pretty weak, but I think just in case, let's get some militia hoplites. Let's be sensible. Let's go after this guy, as he does actually want to fight us. That's kind of annoying because if I knew he wasn't going to back off, I probably would have recruited a few more mercenaries. Yeah, none of this stuff worries me at all. It's mostly Peltasts. We have Balearic Slingers, or Rhodian Slingers even, which are much better. And then they do have their faction air, which is going to be kind of tough, but let's go for this. Okay, so they do have a bit of a hill to work with. Let's see where they spawn. Looks like... yeah, nothing too worrisome there. The Eastern General is actually approaching us. I didn't think they'd go aggressive, but looks like they might. So all of these guys have pretty decent range. Obviously Cretians are going to be able to fire on them pretty easily. I could spread out, but I'm not sure that's really worth my while. Grecian archers are already firing on these. Let's see what these are. So yeah, Scythian mercenaries, probably actually, as cool as it looks, probably don't want to use flaming ammo for this. Want to make sure that we can actually successfully hit them first and foremost. And then we're going to march these guys in. No reason to waste any time. Let's go for it. Alright, so those guys are moving in. Let's move these guys into range too. So their peltasts are going to be the same range as ours, and we can see that our own peltasts have pretty poor range. So as long as we stay kind of medium distance from them, it should be in our favour. We'll bring this guy up to the flank. Scythian mercenaries firing back. Want to try and keep these safe, but it looks like they are actually firing on the hoplites, which is fine. Let's see where these guys are. So they're staying nicely towards the back. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, those guys are dropping like flies. Okay, that's all good. We could probably actually move slightly closer. Let's just check. So everyone with the exception of the peltasts is currently firing. We've pretty much completely wiped out the Scythian mercs. Their peltasts are potentially going to come in. So if we were to go and charge them, I think their eastern mercs are going to be a threat to our general. Summation mercenaries not really a problem. Eastern mercenaries, again, pretty easy targets for our Radiant slingers. Okay, so I would say that we do have ranged advantage, definitely. So even though they do have lots of peltasts, we're good where we are. Let's just speed this up. Let's try and get a few kills while we can. I think they're backing off. Yeah, they're definitely backing off. Okay. What can we do about this? Can we actually stop them? Probably not. I might be able to just about charge into them with these. I'm going to send all of these up just to try and attack them before they flee. They are going to flee across half the map, so there's a very small chance we will catch them up. If they turn around, could be a problem because I'm not really going to rush my hoplites up, although now that I've said that out loud, it's probably better that we do play it safe. Okay, so they're leaving the field. Our general is going to attempt to chase down their peltasts. I think we might just about catch them. This will give us a chance to pick up a few mercenaries too, which is good. Let's just check this actually, so we need to be careful with the eastern mercs. Okay, so peltasts there, lots of peltasts. Yeah, this is just all peltasts. There's a chance that our general dies, but I think we just want to try and get as many kills as possible. Let's hope he's okay. Should be massively in our favour. Might get the mass route too. There we go, so we've routed all the peltasts. Let's just try and run them down. Get as many kills as we can. So actually, it's probably fine if we don't attack these because we will get to fight them again. And it's really the peltasts who actually threaten our units. The other guys, not really an issue at all. Are able to fire some shots at them. There we go, so yeah, getting lots of easy kills here. Let's speed this up.
The enemy show their true virtue. This is a victory fit for the gods, a day of triumph.
Okay, that was really good, but of course, would have preferred it if we could have just finished them off. We are going to have to chase them down now, which is going to be kind of painful, but the good news is when this guy comes back, he's going to be able to give us a really strong second push against something, and I'm not sure where they've gone. Sword bearer, what does that do? +1 Valor. Yeah, Rome Remastered still doesn't really explain what Valor means. I assume it's just improved strength or something. The Stani mercs, they're very good, but they're very expensive. Okay, so I definitely want to send this guy up to attack Dacia. Don't need all of these. Okay, so do we need more infantry? I think we probably do. Let's take these two. Then we're going to go up in this direction. Don't actually know what they have in here, but it's 4 units, so it should be okay. Let's look at the mercs. Lots of mercenaries available here. I'm pretty sure summations... Yeah, summations are really good. Stani mercenaries, there's a couple. They're actually pretty cheap in upkeep. So... probably worth getting them, also because it stops the Thracians from getting them. Let's just go for it. And let's go attack these guys. And we're going to take all of these. First, let's actually check the public order situation. So if we step out of the town with literally everyone, They are very unhappy if we drop them to a low tax rate and we recruit some peasants. That should actually be enough, so let's go for these. And this is all stuff we can just run down with our cav, so let's go for it. Okay, so are these guys missile cav? Yeah, definitely are. Alright, so there's a chance they could charge us down if we send these guys in, so let's actually play it a bit safer than that. Let's go all the way back. Then we've got these guys coming up to charge them. Let's try and catch out their cav archers. I'm not sure it's going to work, but it's worth a go. There we go, yeah, they're going to back off, that's fine. We'll just go for the peltasts. General's at the back there, so he should be nice and safe. Okay, if the mercenaries die, that's fine, just means a bit less upkeep. Not gonna worry about that. There's a slight risk here again, but we've already seen what happens when we charge peltasts. There's a most likely outcome, of course, is that we just mass rout them. They have actually engaged our mercs. There we go. Okay, very easy fight. Let's just mop up as much as we can. Is that everything? Okay, very few losses. They might have just about survived, but that's fine. Okay, have they dissolved? Yes, they have. Okay, so that's the end of them, that's great. Then we've got these two forces which can go up and attack this at the same time. And I did say last time I don't really want to fight Thrace, but to be honest, it's probably fine, or even Scythia, I should say. Okay, so this force has a lot of units, but if you actually look at the flag, it's only 900 men, so they're not actually full units. And if we take all of these forces, can't actually reach them, so I'm going to go straight towards Lilybium, and I'm going to go into this town. Going to pick up some more of these, and let's see what mercs are available. Okay, so no mercenaries. This guy's probably going to assault our town, but yeah, I think I want to stay aggressive, so I'm going to pull back. I'm going to send a few more forces up from here, so let's train up some more armored hoplites. And yeah, they might attack the town, but that's fine. Alright, so we're going to send these ships to the west. We're going to try and clear out any Romans we can see. So this is a landing party, so need to really try and catch them out. I'm not sure we're going to make it. Not sure why I can't actually see anything here. There we go. Alright, so mercenaries, we've got Cretan archers, mercenary hoplites, mercenary peltasts. Let's just get everything we can. Jump in the ships. Then we're going to step these forces out. Same thing again, completely different mercenary pool. Only got mercenary peltasts available, but let's just go for it. Let's jump in the ships. Who's this? Rebel Navy, I'm just going to ignore them. We're going to go straight to the west. I think there's a good chance that these guys are going to land next to Messana, but yeah, they could also go for Syracuse. That's kind of a problem. I still want to go aggressive though, so we're just going to accept that for now. Let's move these guys up to the north. In this town, we're going to build the Shrine to Hermes, and let's also go ahead and recruit some of these. Let's keep the normal hoplites coming in this town. Should actually send these up too. Might actually need them. So Pergamum's not too happy with that. They go down to 55% public order. Let's take them down to a low tax rate, or a high tax rate even. Let's get some Greek cav up here. Let's send some Greek cav. Let's send them in this direction. They are going to be quite useful for chasing down horse archers. And then in all of our towns, I am going to start probably going for... I think crop rotation here should be fine. I'm not too worried about population booming in Sparta. That's probably a good thing. In this town, we're going to go for Shrine to Hermes. We're going to start just getting a lot of shrines to Hermes because although it doesn't really pay us too much right now, it's one of those buildings that eventually will just become profitable. It's pretty much guaranteed. So let's get one in this town too. And let's just spend wherever we can. So Sparta, of course, not a frontline town by any means, but we do want to keep recruiting armoured hoplites wherever we can. I'm pretty sure we have a couple more towns that can do that. So this town can as well, but it's recruiting Greek cav already. This town's already busy, this town's already busy. So other frontline towns, Tylus is recruiting peasants, which is purely for public order. Get a few more here as well. And then this town's recruiting some militia hoplites. This town's pretty bad, but I think we can afford to go for some peasants there. And Halicarnassus should be fine as it is. Alright, so there's an argument for going for a few more ships, and in Athens we are going to start recruiting some archers at some point from Athens, but we're not ready to do that just yet. In this town we are going to go for a Byrrhum, Shrine to Hermes and Belazora, and that's pretty much all of our money gone. We can also go for Rhodes in Byzantium, let's do it. And yeah, I think that should be fine, let's just end the turn. So the big question mark here is, are the Brutii going to attack in Sicily? These guys are falling back. I think Dacia is bribing Thrace, but I'm pretty sure you can't bribe someone's capital, so not really sure what's going on there. We can see a big Scythian force to the north, and they have landed. They've landed next to Messana. That's kind of annoying, but yeah, never mind. Okay, so it looks like we've... What a nightmare. Okay, so we've lost our admiral, we've lost a general, and we've lost 120 soldiers. This is not what we needed, but fine. I guess a few extra challenges are not necessarily a bad thing. Gonna go to Croton. I'm not gonna waste my time with this. Need to shore up the public order here. So this is 65%. Let's repair this. So they've not actually besieged our town here yet. I'm just gonna go for some militia hoplites. I will attack these. I think I pretty much have to do that. Let's see what they have. Yeah, pretty weak force. The problem is this is 100% hoplites, and they do have... No, they don't. They don't have any range units with the exception of one unit of skirmishers. So let's just go for this. I'm not sure how to feel about this map. They're clearly going up the hill. Ah, that's going to be tough. Yeah, we're definitely going to take some unnecessary losses here, unfortunately. I think that's pretty much inevitable. Alright, let's just see what we can do. So yeah, they're forming up right on this hill. That's really not good, but they're unlikely to charge us. Make sure we're in phalanx formation if they do go for an attack. Okay, so this is armoured hoplites. We should probably just start moving in. We are going to get surrounded, but we've got these guys coming up too. Those are just basic hoplites, so it's probably fine. The general is the big threat. He's at the back. He's probably not going to engage. Okay, these guys are all forming up here. Let's make sure we get a proper surround going. This is potentially premature, but it should be massively in our favour. They're kind of flanking us, but bulk of their forces are going to go straight into us. If we're lucky, we might get a mass rout going. As long as we can kind of avoid this hill bonus as much as possible, that would be good. So I could also actually go around them. That could work. I could actually try and attack them from uphill myself. I'm not sure it's really worth the effort though. These are pretty weak units. They're not good at taking on hoplites. Yeah, they're clearly not keen to engage. They are just going to keep falling back. We've not really taken any serious losses. And we're approaching their cav. Yeah, they're clearly not keen to engage. They're actually attempting to fall back instead of charging us. No, they're going for a big charge now. We are slightly flanked here, but I think we should be okay once these guys come in. Let's make sure these guys come up too. Those guys are routing. We can actually take these guys out of phalanx formation just so we can get them involved. The general there is going to attack just a basic unit of hoplites. That could be a problem. Send these guys in. Okay, you guys back into phalanx formation and go in. Yeah, so this one unit here is getting really hammered. That's probably mostly because of the general. They've also got round shield cav, but those should be pretty weak. Okay, a couple of units break. That's not good. Our general is coming in. I've really rushed this. I shouldn't have done this. The thing is, we can retrain them. They are going to go and chase down our routers. That kind of sucks. Okay, the bright side is we have pretty much routed all of them. The general is going to come in and attack our general. This should be in our favour. It is a general's bodyguard, which is the big risk, but armoured hoplites, if they actually lower their spears, they should be able to take this. Let's bring these guys in. Okay, pretty much everyone's routed, except the general himself, but he's probably going to go next. Okay, chasing these guys uphill, that's not good. These guys are fleeing, and yeah, it's really just the general left. I think he has to fight us. He has to try. If he starts isolating our men, that is going to be a problem. Looks like he's going to. Just have to accept this. We are going to lose this unit.
The gods be praised! The enemy general is dead! His men know their doom.
Okay, that was worth it. So they're effectively dead. We don't really have to finish them off. We do have to rout them. That was a great death. Don't really think we did any significant damage to the unit though. These guys I was trying to keep out of the fight, but they are going to have to get involved and they're probably going to get killed. Okay, so that was not the most wisely conducted battle. Could have done it with far fewer losses, but we have taken out that family member and we have pretty much wiped out their forces too, so I think we just have to accept that. And we will be able to push the Romans off. That should be fine too. Yeah, so it's just this general's bodyguard left to go. As long as we keep the rest of our units together, that should be fine. Here we go. We've scared them off. So it's just these guys left. Probably just have to go out of phalanx formation and see how this goes.
The enemy show their true virtue. They are not gods be praised.
Okay, we got a bit impatient there, but still a successful win, and we should be able to retrain most of those units. We've probably lost a couple, but that's fine. Man of the hour, even better. He's not as good as some of our previous men of the hour, but gonna accept him, screw it. Okay, so new son adopted, enemy army routes, that's good, so they're gone now. We're not going to see them again, that's great. Town groves, let's just go and fix this. Yeah, Corinth, same rule applies as last time. If you have the opportunity to upgrade, just do it straight away. Don't think about it. It should be like the first thing you spend your money on. And lots of construction is done. Okay, so we can't land this turn. We are going to be attacked by the Brutii. We do want to send some of these guys back to retrain, so couple of units here consisting of 5 men each, and then one consisting of 71, one consisting of 45. If we split these, I think it's pretty unlikely that someone's going to go and chase them down. We can hire some mercenaries, let's do it, because we don't really have any ranged units here. And yeah, we're going to go for the attack on Lilybein. We're going to keep recruiting the armed hoplites here. This town could hold out, it depends what they have. I think we'll check that next turn. They've also got this ship here as well. That is also going to land a few units. That's their faction air. So yeah, definitely haven't seen the last of the Romans. I'm going to go attack this. And let's see if we can actually beat these. Yeah, unfortunately they do manage to just about stay out of our range. So they are going to land those forces. Okay, well the Romans were never going to be easy, so that's fine, let's just accept it. And then this guy we're going to send after these. Is this the guy we fought before? I think it is. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to send these guys back as planned. These guys are going to come up as reinforcements. And then this is really not an ideal force to assault a town with, because of course we do have no archers at all. But I think with the help of our faction leader, this should be possible. I do want to attack them before the kind of relief force arrives. Yeah, so 2 units of Eastern Infantry, their faction leader, that is going to be a problem. But otherwise, clearly we have the number advantage, so let's go for it. Okay, so 0 watchtowers at the front, let's just queue up. And our general in at the back. So the Eastern General does have javelins, so he's going to take quite a few kills with those. That's fine, we'll just have to accept that. Then middle of the square they've got their Eastern Infantry, and towards the side should have their peltasts. Those are over there currently. So yeah, we're going to have to take a lot of shots from their range units, but they are going to run out of ammo at some point, and at that point we should just be able to just completely outmuscle them.
The enemy gate is down! Our battering ram has done its work! Quick, mercenary hoplite! Quickly!
Okay, we're going to go mercs first. This is not going to be ideal to push in with.
Waiting for orders.
I could actually break down the walls just because it's going to be a bit easier to push in that way, and that is going to take quite a long time, but I think it's worth it, so let's go for it.
The gods have smiled on us today. The walls are broken. Our troops should
Okay, perfect. So they're actually using the peltasts as their guard in front of the walls. That's obviously not going to work out for them. I'm going to attempt to send my general in. I'm not sure it's going to work. You guys, no way, no way. Should definitely stay in phalanx formation. Pull back. Okay, here we go. So General has charged in. This should still be in our favour. We do want to just rout these as quick as we can. And then probably pull back at some point before the General charges us. There we go, we've broken them. Alright, so let's pull the General back out. Let's line these guys up. Okay, so at this point it's purely down to pathfinding. Is the pathfinding going to screw us over? These guys need to stop. Need to actually lower their spears. You guys need to keep the morale up. So we're a little bit spread out. You guys are not using your spears. That's obviously not right. Let's try and use those as much as possible. You guys likewise. Need to keep the spears down. Yeah, this is a problem that was in the original game as well. Is if you disturb the formation too much, they just won't use the spears. We can see our general there is at the front. I don't really like that. I'm going to pull back. Yeah, so we're taking heavy losses here. I'm hoping the presence of the general might just about help them hold the morale. I'm going to send some more hoplites to join in. In theory, we're surrounding them from both sides. Their Eastern infantry have all pulled back. I can send this guy in. It should be in our favour. But I'm not sure we need to. Let's see, so can we see the man himself? So this is of course the faction leader. Definitely want to kill him off. Looks like they've actually got the armor-piercing mace. Didn't realise that. Can't see the faction leader. I think these guys are probably... No, they're still steady, so that's good. Let's have a look for him. So usually he'd be on the left flank. Can't see him. Okay, so... Yeah, our units are starting to break. I'm going to send in the general. Yeah, because they're wavering too. They're down to like 10 men. This should be fine. Faction leader. He must be in there somewhere. Okay, so he's dead. Great.
The enemy king lies dead at your feet. Now is the time to strike hard at his grieving subjects.
Okay, so he's dead. He's no longer a threat. The Peltas likewise. We can now pretty much just move in at our own pace. Actually, 74 Peltas left. I think I will just run these down. Okay, that's pretty much all the Peltas dead. Let's send everyone else up. Yeah, I'm not too worried about the Peltas. They are pretty much just going to rout every time as soon as they get close to us. Pathfinding does feel a little bit improved in this patch. I don't have to actually specifically tell them how to group up. Just going to move in. You guys, I think, are out of phalanx formation. That's obviously not right. Everyone needs to be in phalanx formation. We'll have taken a few losses here. Let's slow this down a bit because I'm not sure they're facing the right way. No, it looks like they are. Okay, so we should be doing a lot more damage to them than they are to us. Prefer the mercenaries to die first. Perfect. So in the grand scheme of things, not actually too many losses here. Definitely worth it to take out their faction leader. Great. So I think this town is pretty bad. We probably won't have the opportunity to retrain our hoplites, but we'll have a look. So population is decent in size. I'm still going to occupy it though, and just going to see if I can retrain. So yeah, we actually can recruit hoplites here. And also recruit merchants. I think I will go for one of those. Although, with this being a frontline town, yeah, I want to keep going for hoplites. I think, even though it's a very unbalanced force, it clearly does work on some level. So this town should be fine, this town should be fine as of next turn. Okay, so things are looking fine in Asia Minor. Let's make our move on Campus Getae. And this could be a mistake, but I think we'll be fine. Okay, so there's a second force, it's their faction heir. Just the one man. We check the mercenaries again, we've got 3 mercenaries available, or in fact 3 units of mercenary Peltas. Is that worth it? We've got a really strong economy, so I'm just going to do it. Okay, so in there they've got 3 units of warband, 1 unit of barbarian nobles, and 1 unit of warhounds. That should be fine. Barbarian nobles are actually pretty good, but they're going up against our Spartans and 1 unit of armoured hoplites too, so that should be fine. We've got 2 units of armoured hoplites here, which we can send as backup. Let's do it. And then Belazora is not too happy. Let's keep the armoured hoplites coming, and let's actually try and send some peasants over from somewhere else. So if we just get some peasants in this town, that should be fine. And then we do have 3,000 left to spend, so let's go to Athens and let's finally get ourselves the archery range. And something we've not done in some time, and it's a little bit tedious, but it's definitely worth doing, is we should have a look through all of our towns and sort out some of the tax rates. So public order I think is fine everywhere, even in these towns. Tylis is not too happy. Let's actually get some peasants. Mazaka has only just been conquered, so we're not going to worry about that. Belazora is training up some hoplites. That should be fine. Larissa's not too happy. That's going to train up some peasants. That's all good. Rhodes also not too happy. We can just get some peasants here. That's completely fine. And then if we look at the opposite side, got a high tax rate here instead of very high, so let's fix that. And normal tax rate in Ankyra. Don't want to mess with this too much, but let's go up to high. And then normal tax rate in Thessalonica. Let's get some more Greek cav. And Let's not mess with the tax rate there. Okay, so yet another war with Dacia, that's fine, I'm not worried about that. We're going to go over to this town, we're just going to pick up some more peasants because we have just the right amount of money for that. And I think that's pretty much everything, let's just end the turn. So we've got a spy here as well, I'm probably not going to attack the Seleucids just yet. Brutii do besiege us, the question is, will the Scipii land? Yes they do, okay. That's kind of a problem. Are these guys asking for a ceasefire? Okay, that's very,
Until next time.
that's a very stupid proposal, but okay. Alright, so they're actually coming for a bit of a counterattack now. That could be interesting. Okay, so let's check this out. So this force I'm not worried about. This force right here is actually pretty good. But we have just retrained all this stuff. We can train up some peltasts. I think that might make sense just because our forces are so unbalanced. I'm going to step this guy out and I'm going to check for mercs. Okay, so no new mercs, that's not good. This fight should be fine. Yeah, it's literally just 2 family members. Let's go for it. Seems kind of silly to fight this one manually, but we do have Cretan archers and Rhodian slingers, and we do need to protect them as much as possible, so let's just go for it. Okay, second general doesn't seem to have shown up for some reason. Let's just wait for our hoplites to arrive. Okay, so this general has tucked himself in the corner of the map. The main problem with this fight is I'm pretty sure the AI will just instantly get offered a couple more generals as soon as we go in, as soon as we take them out. So this is kind of pointless in a way, but at the same time they are pretty close to our town. So it does make sense just to push them away at least. So yeah, there's one general there, there should be another one. I'm not sure where he's gone. We can probably afford to push slightly closer. That's not good. I don't want that to happen. Can I prevent this? Gonna go slightly closer. This should just about put them in range of our slingers. I think they thought about going for the charge there, but our hoplites arrived just in time. And now the Rhodian slingers are going to really do a lot of damage to these, and we've pretty much just completely wiped them out. I think they might come to attack us.
The enemy king runs from the battle.
Oh, he's actually the enemy king. So that was the faction heir.
The enemy show their true virtue.
They should still have backup.
Only frightened. Gods be praised. This victory surely their work.
Okay, so it's actually the faction leader was the last man alive, and very nearly managed to escape, which means he would have regenerated that whole unit, but we have been able to take him out, and the second force, I guess... Yeah, we have to take them in a separate fight. This one should be more of the same. Okay, that should put them in range of our slingers as well. Maybe a little bit closer. There we go, that's got to be close enough, yep. Same thing again, AI knows it can't flee, so it wants to take the fight, but knows there's nothing it can do. It can try and charge into our hoplites, which is obviously a bad idea. If it tries to flank us, we can of course just rotate, so I think they're just going to screw up instead and just kind of run around. Hang on a minute, I've screwed up myself here. Have I messed up the formation there? Yes I have. Okay, let's fix that. Okay, so they're moving around to there. Yeah, I've kind of screwed up my formation here a bit, so they might actually go for the charge. But no, it still looks mostly fine. Okay, so he's shaken. It's probably just worth going for the charge at this point. Make sure these guys will stop. And yeah, let's run him down. He's the enemy king, so he became the faction heir, and then he became the king. And now we run him down, and that's job done.
This is a heroic victory.
Okay, so that should free us up to make a proper push to the east with these guys, and that should mean that we don't have to take any big risks with our faction leader. That's perfect. I'm going to go ahead and recruit some Peltas. I know they're not as good as Hoplites, but this force is extremely unbalanced, so I think that's the best thing to do. We've got a new family member come of age in Sparta, that's fine, and Messana is under siege as we know. That's pretty unfortunate. Still got to decide what to do with that. I think I really do want to attack Lilybium. Let's at least get our revenge on their navy, because this should be pretty easy. So we've not managed to sink them, but we have driven them off, that should be fine. We've got our forces here who are going to land next to Croton. Let's just go straight for the attack. Let's put a few rams up. And let's recruit some mercenary hoplites. Don't really need them, but I don't see why not. Okay, so that should be very easy. It's their faction leader. It's not their capital. Their capital is Tarentum, but Tarentum is also pretty unguarded. So yeah, this is pretty much everything the Brutii have, and it's very tempting to turn back and attack them. So the Scipii force looks pretty weak. This force we should be able to check out if we just go for this. Let's see what they have. So lots of Velites, some Hastati, some Equites. Pretty much no infantry. So if we just keep recruiting, Syracuse might actually get the job done on its own. And then we're going to send these guys to attack Lilybium. We're going to besiege it. We can't see what they have, but I'm pretty sure it's not something we need to worry about. We're going to send this force back to Syracuse. We're going to retrain all 4 of these units, and then we've got 5 units ready to attack and liberate Messana. There's a chance they besiege it, which could be a problem, but if they don't, that should be completely fine. And if they do, we should just be able to retake it, and at that point, I'm pretty sure that's going to be the final force that the Romans are going to send to attack Sicily. I was hoping we'd already kind of finally dealt with them, but yeah, we're now attacking their homelands instead. They're not going to be able to focus on attacking our settlements in Sicily, and we should just be able to go make a strong push on Tarentum. Could actually probably go and attack both towns at once, but we can take Tarentum next turn, or even Croton. We can take Croton next turn very easily, and Tarentum at that point is going to be a very easy target. So last thing to do is to take these forces and to launch our attack on the Thracian capital. Got a couple of family members, they got some folksmen, but all in all it's pretty weak. I could probably actually starve them out. That's kind of tempting. I could also go attack this general, but no need. We're going to go for the capital with these as well, and might actually be able to auto-resolve that one. That one should be fine. This one likewise. They've actually... I'm not really sure what's happened there. I didn't see them take their forces out. But this should be pretty easy to auto-resolve now, so let's actually... Let's take our best mercenaries, our best units in general, and let's just not involve them. We're going to go for the assault. Unfortunately, due to a misclick, I have accidentally got these guys involved as reinforcements. I can't see a button that stops them from coming in, so I think we have to accept they are going to be involved in the fight, but this should be so in our favour that hopefully we won't take any real losses. They actually managed to get 402 kills. However, our reinforcements did not get involved, so that's perfect. So we're just going to occupy that. That was their former capital. It's now in our hands. We're going to rebuild this stuff. We're going to... Let's get rid of this. And then let's just go for basic mines. Perfect. Okay, so we've taken that. We've pretty much wiped out Dacia. We pretty much wiped out Thrace. We've not been able to go for a really strong attack against Carthage just yet. But we are at last attacking the Roman homelands. I think we've done enough for this part. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.